Hello and welcome to another episode of Mitarn Ladder. This time I'm going to be looking at that beautiful split of mine, but other than that, a little strategy that I picked up on, I think it was the Team Liquid forums, and the reason I tried it is because it's something a lot different from what I usually do, and I do think it's a good idea sort of getting out of your comfort zone every now and then and trying something a little bit different, trying something that you wouldn't usually try, trying something that keeps you on your toes the whole game long, because it's a lot more concentration involved if it's something that you're not used to and you don't do every single time you play. So anyway, the reason I wanted to try this specifically this was zerg versus protoss strat, so I actually laddered a few times, played a few games till I got a protoss opponent, and I'm going to switch right now just to my view and keep it on there. This strat was posted on the Team Liquid forums by a Liquid member, and he said it was unbeatable. He said he had so much trouble with this. He played it twice in a row. He knew it was coming, and he still couldn't beat it. But okay, I think that was a little bit of an overreaction. But the strat itself is pretty solid, and I think really it's a good thing to know. It's a good thing to have in your arsenal, to have ready for when you want to try end the game quickly, try be a little bit unpredictable, and try be offensive with Zerg, because I think a lot of people have sort of fallen into the trap that... Seriously, does he have to bark now? Into the sort of mode that Zerg can't be aggressive. Zerg can't start a game off and be the aggressors in the game from start to finish, just keep the pressure on the whole time. I mean, I know a lot of people will disagree with me there, and I don't blame them, because most Zergs, I mean... I don't know. I just feel when I play Zerg that what you're doing is you're defending, you're trying to build up the economy, get enough drones out, get your expansion saturated, till the point where you can actually produce more units faster than your opponent can, and then you push. But anyway, that's not why I'm doing this. So we're going to have a look at the strat that I'm doing now, and what it entails is... you're going to open your standard one base Zerg build. You're going to get your spawning pool down, your gas slightly before that. You're going to start mining that gas till you get about 100 of it. And I know my timing and stuff isn't perfect. This is actually the first time I got to try this strat out. So it wasn't flawless. It wasn't great at all. But you're going to do that, and the second your spawning pool goes down, you're going to first start your queen and then throw down that roach warren. So you start off similar to that 7 roach rush that people did quite often, but it does end up being a little bit different. So a few things. I'm going to open the production tab for you guys to have a look at, so you can see my speed is started. I'm getting a decent amount of drones out, but not too many. I'm not going overboard with that. I'm sort of making sure that I keep at least 1 or 2 larvae ready, because I want to get, when my roach warren finishes, I want to get those roaches out. So a few things I could have made a little bit better on this. I could have, I think I could have been ready with that roach warren and maybe not thrown out, you know, I could have been ready with 3 larvae the second the roach warren finished, and I think that would have been better. So the idea behind this is getting those 3 roaches out, which I've just about started now. 3 roaches, and you want your speedling research done, and then when all of that's done, you immediately start pushing out towards your opponent. So your objective would be to get 3 roaches, to get speedlings, and then just to keep the speedlings coming the whole time. And obviously here it sort of ended up being a little bit different, because my opponent wanted to rush too. And lucky for me, I was closer here, he was already at my base, so the reinforcements for me were a little bit quicker than for him. And another thing that was really lucky was that my speedling research, my metabolic boost, was actually just about to finish, so perfect timing by me here. And I don't mean that skillfully, I mean that really lucky, okay? So there you go, metabolic boost finishes, and there's not much he can do. He has to actually run away here. And then you can have a look, my production tab, I keep the larva injects coming, and I keep the zerglings coming. At the same time, I set my rally point all the way over to his base, and then the idea behind this is you're going to use those 3 roaches that you get out to break his wall, basically, to just kill whatever units he's using, to block that little gap that a protoss always leaves in his base. And I know what I think a protoss could have done differently here was he could have actually blocked this off totally. He could have thrown down a pylon. He could have thrown down whatever he wanted just to block it off totally and kept his units safe there. But as you can see here, the roaches are sufficient to block this, and they definitely do their job here. To kill this, sorry, not block this. And then once the zerglings get in there, once the speedlings are in his base, there's really not much you can do about it. So if you look at how the game is looking at the moment, there's absolutely nothing you can do, because you know when a protoss is going to go for that warp gate rush, that standard 4-gate or 3-gate robo, whatever you want, the timings, usually you'd be expecting that that rush to hit you at about 7 minutes. And if you look at the game timer right now, we're at about 7 minutes. So you're definitely working against what Protoss would normally expect. They don't expect you to, the second that they want to push, be in their base attacking them. So I do think that this is really, it's a decent strat. It works nicely. If I look at a few things that I did wrong, I wasn't as quick as I should have been with my larva injects. I didn't spend all my minerals. Another thing I think would work quite well with this is push in like I am right now. And then should I maybe not have gotten in there, not done as much damage, maybe he had a sentry or two out and he had planned slightly differently, built slightly differently, you know, done everything a little bit differently, then I could have thrown down an expansion when I pushed. I mean, I had the minerals right now, it probably would have been a good idea, because looking at the amount of larvae I got now, I could throw down a couple of zerglings from that, maybe a roach or two if I needed it, but as I said, the focus would be the speedlings here, because once they get to that crack, once they get into the opponent's base, then it's tickets for him. It's not going to be, there's not much of a chance for him to survive that. So yes, the expansion would have worked out well, but obviously the intention here is to go for the throat. So this isn't really the normal kind of ladder episode that I put out, but it was interesting to me. Okay, it was something that I picked up, and I thought to myself, okay, this is a useful trick that I should probably just, you know, practice a few times, get ready, and pull out if I need it. So if any of you have any comments about this, maybe you've faced it before as a Protoss and you have trouble with it, maybe you actually know exactly how to deal with it, then let me know. Tell me what you think about it. As a Zerg player, maybe, if any of you play Zerg out there, let me know if this could help you, if you've tried it before, if you want to try it after this, and let me know how it went. That would be great too. I'm going to try it a few more times, see how it goes for me. Another thing that I see that I should have done a bit differently maybe is my first Overlord that came out, I could have sent it all the way along the bottom of the map and then have it end up below his ramp, so that I could actually get the Overlord around somewhere at the front of his base, so that I could get sight up onto his ramp and thereby make it a lot easier to get through that wall, obviously. But yeah, so that's the strat. I don't know if there's a name for it. You could call it the 3-roach speedling push of doom, but I don't know if that's the name for it. But yeah, so anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I'll probably be releasing another episode soon.